And I tell you, there is no off season in Arizona politics anymore. I can tell you, amount. But this change is not expected to change much, at least in the Senate. Now, following the Democratic Party's win this week in the Georgia Senate race, Democrats still control the chamber, and Sinema will continue to work with her former party and keep all of her committee assignments. But over the past couple of years, Sinema has had a rocky relationship with the Democrats at best. In January, the state Democratic Party actually censured her for opposing changes to the old filibuster rule. As for her political future, that remains unclear. Sinema is up for re-election in 2024 and said that electoral politics wasn't on her mind right now. But Democratic strategist Tony Connie isn't buying that explanation. Here he is explaining how much he thinks electoral politics actually played in Sinema's decision to switch parties.
Exactly 100%. I mean, that's what it is. Like, the polling for Sinema is very bad. So Democrats can beat her by 40 points in a primary, and she's also underwater with independents too. And so I think that that's what happened. She looked at the polling and realized she had no path forward, and she made a decision. You know, this isn't some big, thing because she cares about independence and all that kind of stuff. It's because she wants to stay in the Senate, and she thinks that this is her path forward.
And Sinema's announcement really does open the doors for a lot of candidates in both parties who are thinking about running for the Senate in 2 years. Now, if Sinema does run as an independent in 2024, it will be harder for her to qualify. Independents need to gather more signatures to get on the ballot than members of political parties. However, it does get a little bit easier for her after that, because she will not have to worry about running in a primary.
So who's eyeing this seat now?
Well, just about everybody. I mean, a lot of Democrats now, the seat, they're looking at maybe getting the Democratic nomination. You're talking about Congressman Ruben Gallego. He's been looking at that long before this announcement today. Former Phoenix Mayor Congressman Greg Stanton, he is exploring this opportunity right now. And even Republicans, they're looking at this as a potential opportunity because they see maybe, a real opportunity of Sinema, if she does run, of splitting the vote and maybe getting into that race and running. Sheriff Lamb down in Pinal County. He's rumored to be looking at this. Wow. I mean, there's just a whole lot of names. So, I'm looking at you two. You ever had any hopes of running for elected office?
I'm good.
Now's your opportunity right now.
It's going to be a crowded race, it sounds like.
Yeah, very much so.
I'll be right here with you, Dennis, covering all of it. Thank you.